children, here I am again with yet another interesting story for you all. Are you all ready to listen to it? Good. For that, you all have to be very attentive and be nice and good children. So, here begins my story. There once lived 26 letters together in a house. In a very big house, and they call themselves alphabet. What did they call themselves, children? Yes, alphabet. They had a very good time living together with each other. But one fine day, 5 brothers among these 26 brothers decided to leave their house and go into the world to look for greener pasture. They wanted to see if they could live in this big, bad world alone or not. So they left their house and started living in their own house. Children, you know who all left the house? Yes, it was A, E, I, O, and U. Now, A, E, I, O, U left their house and started living separately in their own house. They gave themselves a name. They started calling themselves as vowels. Now, the brothers, 21 brothers who were still living in the house of alphabet, they could not call them alphabet anymore. Why, you know? Because 5 brothers had already left their house. So they thought and thought and thought. And finally, they also came up with their own name. What name did they came up? They started calling themselves as Consonants. So these 21 brothers started calling themselves as Consonants. 21 brothers called themselves Consonants and 5 brothers called themselves as Vowels. They lived separately and they were very happy living in their own house. One fine day, one brother in the house of Consonant thought of going to play in the park. Where did he want to go and play? In the park. And the first letter that decided to come out was letter F. As he came out to the park, he called his brother N from the house of Consonant. So N too came out and both of them started playing in the park. But they were not happy. Why, you know, children? Because when they were standing alone as F and N, they did not come up with any interesting word. And as a result, they were very sad. So they thought of going to their mother. Both F and N ran to their mother. And mother said, listen very carefully. Go to your brother in the house of vowels. They will come and help you, and then you will see that you'll have a very good time playing with each other. So, F and N decided to go to the house of vowels. They reached there and asked their brother, Brother, can you help me please? So, the first vowel who wanted to come and play with them was A. Who came out to play with them? A. And they had a very good time playing because now they came up with an interesting word. F, A, N, fan. The whole day they played. F and N played with the whole day in the park. And they had a very good time. Children, let's do one more activity. Another letter from the house of Consonant also thought of coming to the park and playing in the park. So this time it was letter R who came out. Which letter? R. And he called out his brother D to come and play with him. So D too came and they started playing. But they also were very sad. So because they knew about F and N, so they also ran to the house of vowels and asked their brothers for help. This time, Brother A came out from the house of vowels and came and stood between R and D. And they had a very good time because again they came up with an interesting word. R, E, D, red. R, E, D, red. So children, by now the brothers in the house of consonant understood that they will not be able to do any work without the vowels. Even vowels understood that without consonant they stood nowhere. So children, what did we learn today? Yes, we learnt about consonants. We learnt about consonants. But we also learnt about three-letter words which will come in another class in some other session. I hope you all enjoyed going through this lesson of consonant. Go back home and revise what has been taught to you today. Till I come back again, I sign off here by saying take care of yourself and bye-bye.